You just got to do what you got to do. And then, if people give you opportunities and people support you through it all, it just makes it so worthwhile. And I hope that I can be, an example, or I can pave the way for moms who want to work in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Hello everyone, welcome to peepingmoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation is Neha Dhupia, who's not only changing the wave of motherhood in Bollywood, but also giving us back-to-back great projects. Hi Neha, how have you been?
I've been very good, thank you. Thank you for the lovely introduction.
You're most welcome. So Neha, firstly tell me something about Sanak. So I watched the trailer, you play this really strong-headed cop. Tell me something more about your role.
So I play the role of Jayati Bhargav, who's a cop, who's also got a parallel track running as a mom. She's trying to save a lot of things and trying to salvage a lot of situations. Of course, it's an action film, and that, the best kind of action is going to happen with Vidyut around. And, and it's pretty obvious I wasn't hired to do the front rolls and the back flips or any of that. But it's I have a really interesting track, and I know that once people watch the film, I'm hoping that they relate to it, and as moms you can relate to it, and as an officer who's on duty you can relate to it. And I gave it all I could. I gave it my best. I was coming back to work after very long because, I became a mom. I wasn't working for about a year or so after that. And then the lockdown happened. So, everybody lost that extra year just in transition of trying to understand where the pandemic is going to take the industry. And just when I just about started getting back to work, boom, I got pregnant again. But, the truth is I got pregnant, I was shooting. It's been quite a ride. And here I am, our baby boy is here, the film is coming out, and you just got to do what you got to do. And then, if people give you opportunities and people support you through it all, it just makes it so worthwhile. And definitely Vipul Shah as a producer and Kanishk as a director. I mean, initially when I was shooting in December, obviously I wasn't pregnant. And then later on when I started shooting, I didn't know I was pregnant. And then towards the fag end of the film, when I actually knew, the film was done. And I was so proud that we pulled an action film without any sort of physical changes, which don't happen initially, and to be able to be careful and to be doing this. And the release of the film and the arrival of our baby boy is pretty similar, like a week apart. So it's a sweet coincidence.
Fantastic. And Neha, earlier we saw that people used to, as you mentioned, people used to take a sort of break when they either got pregnant or delivered a baby, and then came back after sort of a sabbatical. But you managed, even in your first pregnancy, we saw you on the Lakme Fashion Week ramp, and then we saw you hosting your talk show. All of that happened even in the second one. You shot for Earth Thursday as well. Now, what encourages you to manage it all so well?
For me, I think it's I want to be a larger representation for moms, for working moms, and for an actor. And I just feel like when you're an actor, it doesn't have to be that you need to make a compromise between your personal aspirational. If you need, when you're an actor, you need to make a compromise between your personal aspirations and your professional dreams. It cannot be an either or. A large part of it is people giving you that opportunity, which I did get in my second pregnancy. In my first pregnancy, a large part of it is you creating that opportunity. So that's why I did like no filter, and I produced my own content. And, if people didn't want to work with me because I was going through physical changes, and they couldn't cast me, so be it. But even in those 2 years, because both my pregnancies are just about 2 years apart, you see the industry that's opened up so much. And I hope that I can be an example, or I can pave the way for moms who want to work in front of the camera and behind the camera, or even if you're doing a desk job, if you don't want to take that sabbatical, if you think that going away for 6 months and then coming back is going to hamper or come in the way of you climbing the professional ladder, you don't have to do it. There are many options. Continue working, work from home. But yes, at the same time, if you feel that you can't cope with it, you want to rest, you want to make sure that you want to just love yourself a little more and just lie back because the pregnancy is getting too much for you, so do that. But I'm a part of the former, where you want to do things. So I just want to pave the way, and I know that even with my first pregnancy, somewhere I know that I paved the way for myself to work harder in the second pregnancy. And in that interim, I feel like another very bright, shining example is Bebo. And, I've seen her as well. And we have conversations with each other, and, we have a laugh about it and how we haven't like sort of sat at home. And I just think that people need to understand that our pregnancies don't make us weaker. They make us stronger. And that's why we need to step out. You need to give us more opportunities. You need to whether it's selling clothes, it's not like pregnant women don't wear clothes, or, even when your body is going through postpartum, if you want to sell like electrical appliances and you want to use a phone, like it's not like you don't use those things. So just to be able to give fair and equal opportunities if the mom wants it. But at the same time, maternity leave and paternity leave is very, very important, because you have to be sensitive. And, there are things you're finding your balance, you're finding your, baby, your body's going through so much, there's postpartum, there's so much. So I'm not campaigning against the rest before and after, but at the same time, I'm saying that, you shouldn't be professionally canceled out just because personally you want to go ahead and build your family or have a dream.
Definitely, totally agreed. And, talking about Sanak again, the film is now releasing on Disney Plus Hotstar, and we have seen this massive following that the web pages and the web platforms today have, thanks to the pandemic, of course. How do you see this as? Do you feel that the film, like a film as big as Sanak, will reach a wider audience and, will have a larger impact if it's getting a release on the web?
I'm not doubtful at all. I haven't seen the film. If it's a good film, if it's a well-made film, it'll find its audience. And that's what I always say. No matter what you do, even if it's a film that's a short film that's made for a small little audience, and you say that, oh, I want to send this out to like festivals, and I want to send this out to just a small bunch. If it's a great film, an audience is going to come and find you. Times have changed. The film doesn't have to find its audience. The audience will find the film, because we always choose. Like, we're just like, it's a click of a button away. There are pros and cons. I'm really glad the theaters are opening, but I'm at the same time also glad that Sanak is coming out on Disney Plus Hotstar. More importantly, because I'm not in a state to go to the theater right now. So I want to sit at home, and I'll probably have I'll be probably breastfeeding our little baby boy and watching myself fire pistols. I don't know. I'm going to watch it on the 15th for sure, because I don't want to delay that at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. It's a good time. It's around Dussehra. So we're following the beats of making it a big festive release, but not going to the theaters. I'm not one who'll campaign for either or. I'm always one who'll campaign for the industry, saying whatever it takes, as long as people are watching what we do, whether it's our OTT shows, and the industry is, a well-oiled machinery. We keep making good content, and, we keep churning it out, and then, the audiences keep watching it, whether they go to the theaters or whether they watch it at home. Yes, of course, opening of the theaters is extremely, so don't like misquote me. What I'm saying is that opening up of the theaters is extremely crucial to the business. What's even more crucial is once they open, for the audiences to go, but after being completely safe, and making sure that health is of utmost importance. So let's see where we stand, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, the industry did take a setback for almost a year. 2020 was very dark and dull, and I see it getting better now.
Yeah, definitely agreed. And of course, Neha, along with acting, we have also seen you, as you mentioned earlier, being a voice for all working mothers, or people who, want to be out there and not be, earlier I saw people were judged, women were judged that you are pregnant, how can you work, you should stay at home, take care of your pregnancy and all of that. People were shaming women for doing that, which was ridiculous. And now it's of course changing, and all thanks to people and actors like you who are raising a voice against all of that. Now you also started Freedom to Feed. Now tell me something more about it.
So I started Freedom to Feed when my daughter was 8 months pregnant. I'm going to take that again. I started Freedom to Feed when I was 8 months after having Meher. And, I just felt that there was such a big taboo, because at that time there were no lockdowns. I was going out, and there was such a huge, to normalize breastfeeding is when the conversation started. And also at the same time, as a mom, if you cannot breastfeed, it's totally okay. If you want to formula feed, that's okay. If you want to just express and go out and do your work, but let the mom make her choices. And if she decides to breastfeed, let's normalize it and not sexualize it. And I felt that there was such a huge gap between this beautiful nurturing experience that a mother and child has versus just people sexualizing it. I still remember that I was Meher was like 40 days old, and when she was literally 45 days old, I took her on the sets of Roadies, and she was a trooper, and the entire crew was amazing. But then sometimes I would be like, where do I feed my child? And I would just sit in a car and feed. And I realized that I was making her very uncomfortable with too many clothes and too many things on top of her. Why? You can't be eating with like somebody dropping a cloth on your face. That's not how it's done. That's not the practice we want. We want to make this an empowering experience for ourselves. And we want to make this a very normal experience for everyone around. That's when the voice started. I was the first, not the first, but I was just a single voice, and then moms jumped on. And now we have almost like 20,000 parents on the community that talk about everything from breastfeeding to pregnancy to postpartum to whatever. So it's a parallel conversation that's close to my heart that continues. And with our second baby around, we're going to have the same conversations, and hoping that, things have changed over the past 2 years.
Definitely. Great. And how important do you think it is to have a supportive partner while doing all of this? Now, you have time and again spoken about how Angad has always been there, and there's major equality between you two.
I think that the most important thing is how much your partner can contribute. And so I've realized that even more after having 2 children. So it's literally like, if my bedtime is feeding our baby boy, then Angad's bedtime is narrating a storybook to Meher. So, parallelly in 2 different rooms, our jobs go on. Like literally, you have to be there on call for both your children. And both of us are extremely conscious about the fact that Meher needs our time and attention way more. And we don't want her feeling misplaced or displaced under any circumstances. So when she's around, in any case, Angad's buck stops at her. Angad's buck stops at her, and then she's just like the sweetest little girl when it comes to her daddy. And then, eventually the whole day she's running away from me because I have rules and I'm a strict mom and stuff. But, she wants to retire and she wants to go to bed, and then she wants to see me and tell her stories. So yeah, and then for everything that she needs, whether it's big dresses or, unicorn toys or whatever, she knows her mama's going to get it for her. So yeah, we have different arrangements between the 2 of us. And as far as the baby is concerned, he's so tiny that there's nothing that Angad can really do, but he really does a lot, whether it's burping or looking after my medication, because I've just come out of the surgery. So, it's going to be a month long of medication, or just making sure that my diet and nutrition is in place. So he just fills in, at different steps. And it's so great. The hard part is that, till now it's not happened, but we don't have a clash in schedule. So when I'm at work, then, luckily for me, he's at home. And when he's out at work, I'm there. And then when both of us sometimes clash, then my mom fits in, and she comes in as the ultimate savior, which is amazing.
Fantastic. And, recently I also saw your post that said real meets real. So when you shot for a Thursday, of course, the makers, made that thing that you played a pregnant cop now in the film. But earlier we saw that makers, or even for that matter, anyone making this sort of adjustment for an actress was not a question. But now we are seeing this shift, maybe slowly, but we are, with you now being I think the first one who has had this. Even when Veere Di Wedding released, Riya Kapoor waited for Kareena and she made sure that she was playing that part. So there are adjustments being made from both ends. How do you feel about that?
I feel extremely honored, more than anyone waiting, but I feel extremely honored that, I was cast as a pregnant woman, because that opens up so many opportunities for other actresses. And I know that somewhere down the line, this question, when a woman is making that ultimate jump between, family and getting married and taking that step or that leap of faith in herself, that what's going to happen? Where's my work going to go? Where's my career going to go? What's going to happen? Will I be able to, fit in, or will I be able to be a good mom? So those questions that you ask yourself are all answered when you see someone else do it, and I won't be surprised if I was the first 8-month pregnant actor who was cast as an 8-month pregnant actor in the film industry. And I'm so proud that, I can be a flag bearer for women who have aspirations personally and professionally. Don't hold back, don't have fear, don't think you're weak. It's all going to happen. It's all going to happen. It's all going to change. And if it doesn't, we're here to change it.
Definitely. And I must say, Neha, lastly, that all of us, we are so proud of you, your voice, and the way, how beautifully you have embraced everything and opened sort of this way. Now, my mom also keeps seeing your posts and she keeps comparing, when I was pregnant, I couldn't do this, and she's doing, so much. So
that's so great. I'm so happy. I have no idea. Please write to me. Please tell me what it is. And I'd love to, I would love to share her story. And I'm so happy that if I can even inspire one person at one time, it means that, my day is complete and my life with this circle will get complete.
Definitely. I will. Okay. Thank you so much, Neha.
Thank
it was
you so
lovely
much.
chatting with you.
Likewise. Take care of yourself and say hi to your mom. Bye.
Yeah.